anti-Kirk Cousins to Cleveland person in the entire offseason. There was just so many different, better options regardless. Yeah, that is a good one. That was crazy. Let's keep rolling with this list. I'm sure we'll think of some more as it goes on, but let's hear number 3.
Number 3 may be unpopular, but I'm going to stick with it, and that's going to be trading the second overall pick. I think what it did, number 1, it landed Mason Graham, the best defensive lineman and the defensive tackle in the draft. Number 2, it brought in Junkins, which that speaks for itself.
Yes.
And you get yourself another first-round pick. I think more so why I think it was such a highlight was that they went back to what the basics, which was building around the defense, and then Kevin Stefanski letting him figure out the offense. And you saw how we sat here every single week and we're like, they're going offense first 2 picks no matter what. They did.
Yeah.
They're defense with the first 2 picks. So not only good, and in the moment, I wasn't a fan. We all know the video. We all see I wasn't very happy.
Yeah.
But as time went by, man, I just think it means so much for not only this year, but moving forward as well. So I'll take it at number 3.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I think once the emotion settled, that reaction to the trading the second overall pick, definitely. Because emotionally, again, if I had to relive the first hour of that trade, post-trade, that would rival Kirk Cousins at the bottom of my list for this because it was absolutely terrible. My number 3, you already said it, signing Joe Flacco. I was also another guy who pounded the table for that. I thought it would be a legitimate reason for him to come back, a couple legitimate reasons for him to come back, but I was kind of pounding the table for him to come back, even if it didn't mean to be a starter. I think he always wanted to be a starter, and I think right now it probably is the reality, but I was very much on that train, and it was a very, very brief day or 2 of hope, of fun, of reliving the Joe Flacco memories that, were kind of robbed of us last season. That's the reality of it. So bringing him back in that 2 days of emotional reaction after, absolutely in my top 3.
I think we're probably landing on the same ones here. Number 2's got to be the house money, drafting Shedeur.
Okay.
I mean, we all wanted him at 2. We wanted him at 5. We wanted him at 33. We wanted him at 36. We wanted him at 9.
Yeah.
We wanted him everywhere, and he just fell into our lap in the 5th round. The hype that it brings, the vibes that it brings, and the football mentality that it brings. I think he's done nothing other than the speeding tickets. Yeah. Other than that, man, he's said the right things. He's moved the right way. He's acted to the questions that the reporters have been giving him, because you know how Cleveland reporters can be. He's honestly been a breath of fresh air until the speeding tickets. So I think drafting Shedeur number 2 has got to be high up there.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure our number 2 and number 1 are near each other. My number 2 is the Myles Garrett extension. And I really wanted to put this number 1, but every single time I think about it, I just think back to the month or 2 before he signed it. And how dark of a time that was for the Cleveland Browns. What were you going to do with the number 2 overall pick at that point? There were so many hypotheticals being thrown around in a negative sense about that it's hard to look back on that overall process and be nothing but happy about it, right? You watch your star defensive end, I think the best player in the NFL, say, I want to win. The goal is, it was Cleveland to Canton, or whatever the words were. Now I want to win a Super Bowl. And nobody will ever bash him for thinking that. Then the whole Radio Row thing happens, and you're like, oh, man, this could get ugly really fast. And then all of a sudden he signs the extension. But the extension itself, the press conference after, and that feeds into my number 4, the dinosaurs.
The cupcakes.
Yeah. You know what? Whether that was overkill or not, I am so happy Myles Garrett is back. So that's my number 2. Your number 1.
Myles Garrett signing. Yeah. Obviously, I think we try to I'm speaking for myself here. I have to put that stuff behind me because I was probably one of the most bitter fans in terms of, at this point, just go, because I'm not going to have you sit here and just drag us through Super Bowl week and Super Bowl day, or the actual day of the Super Bowl again and do it. Like, it was just repeatedly over and over saying that you're not good enough, I want out of here. And that's something that kind of just stings in the gut forever. But I know once we see Myles Garrett get a sack on Joe Burrow week 1, or Bengals week 1?
Yep.
it's all going to go away the
Yeah.
second we see this man get a
100%.
sack. So I think that's pretty obvious for him to be number one.
Yeah, and my number one is drafting Shedeur Sanders. I mean, you're right. It was kind of like pin the tail on the donkey with which pick you thought the Browns were going to take him, but he kept falling. You're like, okay, the Browns are going to take him here, right? Okay, they're going to. Okay, we knew it was going to happen, right? He kept falling. After Dylan Gabriel got drafted, we did not think it was going to happen, but throughout the first 2 days of the draft, we did, and that's the reality. It's house money with a player that a lot of scouts and front office people thought raw talent if there was nothing off the field. If you didn't even factor in the off-field things for any athletes, first, second round pick, getting him in round 5, I mean, it really doesn't get better than that. And I think now you start to see the headway he can have in a community. That is the epitome of what you want in a quarterback off the field. To an extent, right? You talked about the speeding tickets. I don't know what the media circus will be like when the NFL season comes around, because keep in mind, all of the media that has been surrounding Shedeur Sanders the past 2 months have been in the offseason. Now we're really in the dead of the offseason, and there's still a good amount of coverage. When August rolls around, I can't even imagine what's going to be like. But, there are some negatives. There are off-field things that pushed him down in the draft. Regardless, you are getting a good football player, a guy that a lot of Browns fans wanted the number 2 overall pick, wanted to trade back up in and get. And you are, again, playing with house money. That is the reality with Shedeur Sanders.
See, you're keeping it. You're glossing the pig right now, because come August, we already know what time it is when this with the media, and I'm envisioning it now because we kind of echoed it a little bit. Whereas like, we don't want this player to come here because of the nightmare that it causes. It's going to be a living nightmare.
Yeah.
Come training camp. If we were tracking OTA stats,
Oh my God.
do you know what is going to happen come training camp? It is going to be a night. Oh, Shedeur Sanders just threw one into the into the stands.
Exactly.
He shouldn't
Threw
be the
ball
starter.
away.
Dylan Gabriel just threw a bomb. I mean, think back to recent years. We had Andrew. What was it? Andrew? Not. Watkins. We had Watkins, the receiver.
Austin Watkins.
Austin
Yes,
Watkins.
yes.
We had Elijah Moore was a demon in training camp for multiple years. We hyped up who else? Who are the players that we hype? We hype up somebody every single year.
Yeah, that's how it goes. I think this year well, knock on wood, it's Jamari Thrash producing when the regular season rolls around. But I can already tell you guys it's going to be Jamari Thrash. We're going to see it. And
no Tillman?
I don't know. It's hard. Well, here's the thing. Tillman, the hype that we would give Cedric Tillman would be moderately warranted because of that small sample size, but a sample size of him being really good in the regular season. But now it's Jamari Thrash getting more opportunity. It's going to be whichever receiver makes the most, whichever third receiver makes the most of his opportunities, whether it's Jamari Thrash, Deontay Johnson, or Luke Floria. Because
what about
there's been
David
a lot
Bell?
of. I don't know. I don't know what the injury progression is with him. I mean, it was a week 2 injury last year. It's almost a full year recovery at that point. I don't know. I don't know what the injury progression is with him, but I think the Browns are probably wanting to move in a younger direction at receiver anyways.
Well, isn't he still young, though?
I don't know. I can look at the age.
He's still on a rookie deal, I'm pretty sure. And we know how – I mean, Kevin Stefanski loved him some David Bell.
Joe Flacco loved him some David Bell. That was the more pressing thing that I saw, at least. But that's a good point. That is a good point. We are very, very much in limbo with the third wide receiver spot with the Cleveland Browns. You don't know who it's going to be, who's going to step up, if somebody's going to step up. I mean, I've been pounding the table. He's 24. Oh, okay. So much younger than I thought. But, we don't know who's going to step up. If the third receiver spot, I'm somebody who's pounded the table for getting somebody else in the building. But that's the reality. The hype is going to come around a third receiver. Regardless of who it is, we wait to see. We got 2 months before we see it, unfortunately. We're going to finish up here next on Honor the Land on Big Play Sports Network. Welcome back into Honor the Land on Big Play Sports Network. I am Max Loeb. He is Chev Zay. We are going to wrap up here at the Colleague Companies Championship. Zay, as you look ahead to the weekend, these golfers out here, I want to ask you, you get 36 holes here, Saturday and Sunday. Finish your round. Pretend you made the cut. I know you're good enough to make the cut. 36 holes. 36 holes is a professional course. These are real golfers out here. How many holes are you scoring a par or better on? You get 36. Don't say 0.
I'm gonna give myself 1.
Okay.
See, I haven't played enough to give myself more than like 3.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say the over/under is gonna have to be set at 1.5.
Okay.
Your money is 50-50 toss up. You could, if I got a good day going, it's soaring over.
Yeah.
if I have a day like when we first played, it's probably soaring under. So be careful with your money.
What do you think if your scramble team played here? How do you think?
Oh, I'm better with a scramble.
Yeah.
100%, because I don't have to rely on everything.
Yeah.
I'll give you a good shot. We're playing one of my shots for sure.
Yes. Okay. I think honestly. So when I think I had 2 pars here when I played 18 holes. You got a bug on me?
It was a B.
Regardless, I'm gonna set my line at 3.5.
Sheesh.
I think I would feel very confident giving myself 2. I'd feel pretty confident about 3. 4 is where it starts to push. And I know anybody who's watching may disagree. I think I could hit 4, but I don't know. I feel confident, especially in the par 3 world. I think I could put a couple on the green. I gotta make a putt. That's the reality. It's been the bane of my existence in the golf world. So.
See, you've played a lot more than me, so I'll give you that. If I was in my heyday where right out of high school, I golfed for free for an entire year.
Oh.
Thanks to my buddies, because I was the best person in our scramble. And then every year after that, it just kind of more or less golf, less golf, less golf. Now I'd be lucky to get out more than once a year. So we're going to have to get out again.
Yeah, we will.
Live stream coming soon. You guys want to see a golf stream?
Yeah, let us know. We could do it. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate you listening. We will see you next time on Honor the Land.